guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited today because my Sephora haul just came in, and today we are going to be testing out the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Hydrating Primer and also the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Skin Finish. So I'm actually surprisingly more excited to try out the primer because since it is wintertime, I feel like my skin gets so dry, and I'm always kind of just looking for a primer or a moisturizer or whatever it is to make my skin feel nourished. Even if I'm going to be wearing a matte foundation, I just don't like how it feels in my skin. So I'm more excited to try this. I don't have like the highest hopes for this foundation. I'm hoping it surprises me just because I don't know, I heard that it's a little more on the sheer side and it's just not what I'm into. I kind of wish that they had just made this a complete foundation stick version of the first foundation she came out with, the full filter, and just had taken the fragrance away. But whatever, we'll try it and we'll see how it comes out. Before we get started, I'm just going to give you a few quick details. I'm not going to ramble too long because I hate that. But this foundation retails for $39, which is expensive, but it does have 0.44 ounces in it. I think it's a little more than you usually get in a stick foundation, but guess what? We all bought it, so whatever. And then it also, and it claims to be, let's see what it claims. So it says it's a lightweight foundation that glides on easily, providing customizable coverage with a natural looking skin-like finish. And if you read the box, it tells you that if you want light to medium coverage that you should use a beauty blender, but if you want like more of a full coverage look that you should use a brush. So that's what we're going to be using today. And then let's check out the primer. So the primer retails for $33 and details it's just a primer that quenches skin with a spurge of moisture to create the perfect canvas for long-lasting, flawless makeup. So let's see if it actually helps your makeup last long, because I don't know about that one. But I'm gonna start off by, of course, using the primer. And this is just, it comes in like this clear box, which at first I was like, oh, there's no packaging. It came with no packaging, but it's actually just a clear box. And it feels a little cheap, but it's cute. So I'm just gonna pump out, does it tell you how much to try? Let's see. Apply 1 pump of primer to clean skin before application and wait 30 to 60 seconds. So, oh, that's 1 pump. Like, that's a really small amount. Can you guys see that? Oh, let's try it. Oh shoot, it's like slippery. And I'm gonna apply it in the areas that my skin is like definitely more dry, but then in the other areas I am going to apply my regular primer. So that didn't feel like enough. I'm gonna just use a second pump. And okay, now that feels good. Nice. What does it feel like? It's like, I don't think it feels like water. It feels like a little better than putting water on your skin. Definitely feels hydrating. And it's not sticky. It's just, yeah, it's definitely not sticky or tacky like the Grip foundation primer. I've heard people compare it to that, but like no, not the same. Okay, and then for this chin area that's breaking out like crazy, we are going to be using the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and hopefully that just can help smooth out like these bumpy areas that we have down here, and that'll help us wait out the 30 to 60 seconds that we have to wait for that primer. So actually I'm gonna tell you guys about the shade ranges in a second, because I also just assume that the colors from the stick foundation to the liquid foundation would be exactly the same. Like, they have similar names, so the fact that they're not the same, I feel like she probably should have changed her name of the colors of the foundation, if that makes any sense to you guys. So in the stick foundation, I actually got the shade Dulce De Leche 350, and then in the full filter foundation I have the shade Toffee 420G. And so apparently they're not the same, but let's see. Has that been 30 seconds, guys? Who knows? Oh, I'm actually just gonna quickly, let's see. To start, I'm just gonna color correct with the Maybelline Master Cameo concealer in the shade Apricot, and I'm just gonna lightly do this under my eyes. I feel like it got a little dark here. And I'm giving it more time, the primer more time to kind of just sit into my skin. So all the places that you have like the discoloration, you can use this. I think that's good. So time to try out the foundation, and I'm hoping that I got the right shade. Based on the reviews I watched, I think this is the color that will work out for me. And for something that costs so much money, it just feels like, oh shoot, it feels super cheap. Like, I don't know. It's like, I wish they had kind of written something on the back, because all you see is this side, but it looks a little cheap in my opinion. Alright, and let's open up the bad boy. So this is the color, and I'm just gonna start off by doing a few swipes, and then we can see how it goes. And I'm gonna use a brush because I don't want a light to medium finish. I want more of a fuller finish, and I want to see, can this actually go a little fuller? So the color seems like a little yellow for me. But we can still make it work. I usually like my foundations to be a little darker anyways. So 2 swipes. So I'm just pushing in the product. Yeah, this is definitely not my color. I'm gonna have to exchange it. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but you can clearly tell that it's a little too dark for me. You know why? Because I just don't listen. When you do the shade matcher on Sephora, you know how you can like go and put a foundation color that you've had in a different foundation, and they give you a suggestion. I didn't listen. I was like, oh no, that's way too light for me. Yeah, this is so, like, I think on the camera it looks a little more orangey. I think it's just the settings that I have on the camera, but in real life it doesn't look like this color. Oh my god, on camera it looks so orange. I will say that, like, usually when I'm putting a foundation on in the winter when my skin is dry, I can feel how dry my skin is, and under this I don't feel like my skin is dry. Like, it does feel hydrated. So far so good with the primer. We gotta see how it holds up though, because I'm like worried, is it gonna turn my skin into like an oily mess or what? I can literally see everything under my skin, and I prefer something that gives, like, has a thicker consistency, that it gives you a little more coverage. Like, even the Hourglass stick foundation, I really like that, and the HD stick foundation from Makeup Forever doesn't give me this finish. So I'm just not loving it, but sometimes you kind of just have to step back and see how like the full look looks. So I'm gonna do my concealer and I'm gonna contour, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back and this is the look that I came up with. Honestly, I sat and I looked in my bathroom mirror, which is much bigger because the camera is just so close to me, and the foundation looks bomb. It looks bomb, but I'm worried that if I let it sit on a few hours that it's gonna start to get soup oily. So I'm gonna wait about 3 hours. I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Honestly, right now it's not my favorite. It looks good, but it's still not my favorite because when I look close I can see all the texture on my skin, which is what I don't like to see at all. But it looks good. So I actually ended up thinking that this color works for me. Like once you put the concealer and everything else on, it's not super bad. Just remember that I know on camera it looks like a little orange. That's just because my saturation is probably just a little higher on the settings. But I promise you in camera, I promise you in person, it doesn't look this bad. So I'll make sure to leave the details for this entire look down below. And I really like the way the primer feels on my skin. Like honestly, like my skin usually feels so dry, and I feel like putting that on really helped to moisturize my skin. But like I said, you really can't tell just off of a first review, so I'm gonna come back in 3 hours and I'm gonna see what it looks like and see how my skin feels. But I really like this look so far. So if you guys want me to do a full tutorial on this look with the lashes, the eyes, the eyebrows, the lip gloss and everything, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and I'll make sure to get that done for you guys. Hey guys, so I actually just wanted to come back on here to show you guys what the makeup is looking like and what my skin looks like right now. So it is getting a little bit oily, but I swear this makeup looks flawless. Like if you had nothing on, I think it would probably really just look like your skin.